A baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire swings through the darkness. The sound it makes isn't a crack. It's a wet, sickening crunch. Knees buckle, blood pours. Someone screams a name that will never be answered again. A man with a grin carved from madness tilts his head and says, almost kindly, "I hope you got your pants on." And just like that, hope dies. But this isn't where the nightmare begins. It's only where innocence ends. Set up. Long before the bat, before the bloodline in the dirt, there was a sheriff named Rick Grimes. He wakes up alone in a hospital bed. Machines silent. Flowers dead. The world gone. He stumbles into a hallway littered with corpses. Outside, the sky is empty. The streets are quieter than a graveyard. Then he sees her. A little girl, blonde hair, teddy bear. She turns. Her face is torn open. Rick raises his gun. He hesitates, then pulls the trigger. That's the first time he kills a child. It won't be the last. The dead are walking. And they're hungry. But what's worse? The living. Rick searches for his wife, Lori. His son, Carl. And he finds them alive, but not untouched. His best friend Shane has been protecting them too well. In the end of the world, loyalty rots faster than flesh. They head to the CDC hoping for answers, a cure. Instead, they find a scientist who tells them the truth. Everyone is infected. You don't need to be bitten. You just need to die. The building self-destructs behind them, and the world officially becomes a grave. Rising tension. They find a farm, a quiet place. Fences, cows, prayer at dinner. For a moment, it feels almost normal. Until they discover the barn. It's locked, shaking. Inside, dozens of walkers, kept like sick relatives, waiting for a miracle. Shane snaps. He throws open the doors and guns them all down. One by one they fall. Then the last one steps out. A small figure. Sophia. The missing girl they've been searching for all season. She's been here the whole time, dead. Rick shoots her. And something inside him dies too. Shane grows more unstable. Jealous. Paranoid. Convinced he should be the leader. Rick realizes what must be done. Two best friends walk into a field. Only one walks out. Carl pulls the trigger on Shane's reanimated corpse. A boy shoots his uncle and becomes something else. They flee to a prison. Because somehow, bars and razor wire feel safer than open land. Inside, they build a fragile life. And until a new enemy rises. Not a walker, a man. First major twist. He calls himself the governor. He runs a town called Woodbury. Smiling, civilized, charming. But in his private room, heads in fish tanks, and his undead daughter chained like a pet. He wants Rick's prison. He wants control. War ignites. The governor storms the gates with a tank. Gunfire, screams. The prison falls. Friends scatter into the wilderness. Some die, some disappear. And Rick, he bites a man's throat out with his teeth to survive. Let that sink in. The hero of our story has become an animal. They hear rumors of a sanctuary called Terminus. Those who arrive, survive. It sounds like salvation. It's a slaughterhouse. They're herded into a train car like cattle, waiting to be butchered. And for a second, it feels like the end. If false relief, Carol saves them. Explosions, fire, chaos. They escape Terminus and wipe the cannibals from existence. Victory tastes sweet, too sweet. They meet a priest who locked his congregation outside to die. They meet a man who claims he's a scientist with a cure. They cling to the idea of Washington, of purpose. But it's a lie. The scientist confesses. He made it up. There is no cure, no solution, no reset button. Hope collapses again. Then something unexpected happens. They find Alexandria. Clean streets, running water, children playing. It's like stepping into the past. Rick doesn't trust it. He can't. The people here have never killed, never starved, never watched their child bleed out. Rick begins to look like the villain. Paranoid, aggressive, ruthless. He walks into a town meeting dragging a walker on a leash to prove a point. The world has changed, and if they don't change with it, they die. Eventually, they accept him as leader. But leadership comes with a cost, because another name is whispered in the dark. Negan. Bigger twist roadblocks appear. Men with bat tattoos, whistling in the night. Everywhere Rick turns. Someone says the same thing. I'm Negan. Then the real one arrives. Leather jacket, barbed wire bat named Lucille. He lines them up, makes them kneel. He plays a counting game. Eeny, meeny, miny. The bat lands. Abraham falls. Then someone speaks out. Glenn. The bat swings again. The camera doesn't show it fully, but we hear it. And it's worse. Negan doesn't just kill. He breaks people. He takes half their supplies, their dignity, their spirit. Rick, the man who bit out throats, kneels and weeps. For the first time, he is powerless. Emotional collapse. Negan enslaves them, takes their homes, their weapons, even their loved ones. Daryl is tortured. Faces are burned as punishment. Trust fractures. Maggie burns with vengeance. Carol isolates herself. Morgan preaches peace in a world that mocks it. And then, Carl gets bitten. Not in battle, not by a villain, but while trying to save someone. He hides it, writes letters, forgives Negan, forgives the world. Rick finds out too late. A father watches his son fade. Carl pulls the trigger himself, and just like that, the future is gone. Rick almost breaks entirely. But something shifts. Carl believed in mercy, in rebuilding, in something better. Rick decides to honor that. So war erupts one final time. Bullets fly, communities unite, and in a twist no one sees coming, Eugene, the coward scientist, sabotages Negan's bullets. They backfire. Chaos explodes inside the Savior's ranks. Negan is beaten, pinned. Rick slashes his throat. Blood pours. Everyone expects execution. Instead, Rick orders the doctor to save him. Negan will live. In a cell. A symbol. Mercy over revenge. It splits the group in half. Especially Maggie. Some wounds don't close. Final. Shocking reveal. Time passes. Bridges are built. Communities grow. Rick tries to unite them all. Then comes a herd. Thousands of walkers. A bridge rigged with explosives. Rick leads them away. He's thrown from his horse. Impaled. Bleeding out. He crawls. Hallucinating. Seeing ghosts of everyone he's lost. Shane. Herschel. Sasha. He reaches the bridge. Lights the fuse. The explosion engulfs him. The bridge collapses. The herd falls into the river. Everyone believes he's dead. Daryl refuses to accept it, but we see something they don't. Rick is alive, rescued by a mysterious helicopter, taken somewhere unknown. The world thinks their leader died a martyr, but his story isn't over. It's just hidden. Aftermath. Years later, children grow up who barely remember the old world. Negan rots in a cell, broken, reflective, almost human. New threats emerge. Whisperers who wear the skins of the dead. Enemies who blend with walkers. Because in this world, evolution doesn't stop. Not for the living, not for the dead, and maybe that's the point. The apocalypse was never about zombies. It was about what survives when civilization dies. Mercy or vengeance. Community or control. Hope or fear. Rick once woke up alone in a hospital, confused and afraid. By the end, He leaves behind a world that might actually rebuild, but at what cost? Friends buried, children lost, souls scarred. The dead kept walking, and so did they. Because in the end, the real question was never how to stop the walkers. It was how to keep from becoming one. Smash this subscribe button, hit the bell, and join us. Because the story doesn't end here. Every legend, every secret, it's waiting for you.